Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell him that birds of a feather flock together. Fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumpin' where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
For all things Pelicans, man, we up in this thing. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all being in this episode of PPR, man. We up in this thing representing the flocking nation. Stand up. Big ups to everybody for being in the stream, man. Hey, fam, first and foremost, man, like to apologize to you guys, man. We had a stream set up for you guys. I want to say it was either Saturday or hell, I forget, man. It was one of them days, man. And we had a scheduling conflict. We couldn't get it done. But we're here tonight, man. So shout out to you guys. We'll have Lex and possibly DC chiming in a little later on. But shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all being in the stream. Please do me a service. Hit the like button. If you're listening, please feel free to give me a retweet on X or feel free to share the show on your social media as well. Now, listen, fam, we're going to go over a few things here on this episode of PPR, man. Listen, a lot of things I want to kind of cover tonight, fam. We're going to kind of talk about this stuff, and y'all feel free to give me your thoughts as we move through the broadcast. This is a show that we kind of touching on a few things here. So let's hop right into it. One of the news articles that I wanted to cover at the time, we covered it on whothatdaily.com. Y'all feel free to check that out. Join our mailing list on the whothatdaily.com, our specialized news site, our sports site, where we cover everything Louisiana, LSU, Saints, Pelicans, even boxing. We cover it all over there. All right, Pelicans, NOLA, Young City, Ninth Ward, and T. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all being here. Moving on over from the sports coma, man. That's right. We double podding tonight, man. Your boy don't sleep, does he? Double podding, sometimes triple pod, man. I had matter of fact, after I get done with this, I have several LSU reports I got to file, as well as some boxing stuff I got to talk about too for Ring Kings boxing. You know, we got other streams as well. But anyway, enough of that. Let's talk Pels, man. So anyway, this is one of the moves the Pelicans made in replacing Freddie, you know, downtown Freddie, our 3-point specialist coach. Is Jodie Meeks is here now. So you remember Jodie Meeks was a 39% sharpshooter. You won't call him that for several teams. And he's joining Coach Willie Green's staff. Now, this is something that we talked about on the Flash Report. Jodie Meeks' playing career might be over, but the coaching career is only getting started. Now, according to WKYT's Lyndon Gull, Meeks told reporters on Friday ahead of his induction into the UK Athletics Hall of Fame that he will be joining the Pelicans coaching staff as an assistant. The former Wildcat has been an assistant coach with the Beham Squadron, the Pelicans G League affiliate, since 2022 and 23. And he says, quote, "When I got the call to try to go to the G League and see what happens, I was excited about it," end quote. Meeks said on Friday, according to Ryan Black of Louisville Courier Journal, quote, "Stay around the game, get a chance to get on the floor with the guys. It's kind of just blossomed. It's been a new challenge for me," says him, end quote. He'll learn under Pelicans head coach Willie Green, who has been in charge of the franchise since 21-22 season. Green holds a record of 127 to 119 during that span, including 2 postseason appearances, and a 49-33 mark this past year. The Pelicans recently lost Fred Vinson, known as an elite shooting coach, to the Detroit Pistons, right? All right. And also, he says Meeks is no stranger to the Big Blue Nation fan base. He's best known for his 54-point performance in 09 against Tennessee, the most points scored in a single game by a Kentucky player. Then they go into some of his Kentucky accolades because this is one of the these reports that cover the Kentucky people. So anyway, so they're very excited about him coming here to replace Coach Willie Green's player Freddie. So and y'all feel free to give me some information, backdrop on that, because we were looking at where is I don't know where y'all tell me if y'all know exactly where he is, because I don't see him with him listed as a Piston unless they didn't totally up. And according to the Pistons website, I'm trying to find out exactly where Coach Freddie is. They say, yeah, he signed with Detroit, but that was prior to them firing Monty Williams. And then they fired Monty Williams, and I don't see him unless he's not listed on there, but I've seen they updated it. Bickerstaff is there. He has his people, because most of the time when guys come in, they bring their own people. So if y'all know where, y'all please feel free to let me know, because I thought he was with Detroit. I don't see him on none of the assistant coaches listings. So we'll see. All right, anyway, let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep the theme going. And according to this article right here, 5 coaches, is Bleacher Report's article right here, listing 5 NBA coaches on the hot seat. Now, our previous stream, we talked about Coach Willie Green and where this crazy QB, head coach ranking was, and they had Coach Willie as a guy that was listed in the 20s. Well, this article right here from Yard Barker says 5 NBA coaches on the hot seat to start the 2024 season, and I swear to you, she has perfect timing. She has perfect timing, because here she is. Lex, how you doing?
I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you. It's like that. That's a setup. That's a setup for real.
How? I was talking about
a setup. Yeah. Hey, y'all gonna stop doing this to me? Stop. No.
Hey, Lex, they got 5 NBA coaches on the hot seat for the start of the 2024 season. All right, so I know you.
Hey, I want to say this.
Okay.
Didn't we just go over that list?
Yes.
The list of, the rankings of the coaches.
Yes.
And where do we have them? Between 23 and 28. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Between me and DC, I actually had him at 23.
And he talked.
Okay, DC had him at 25, and I think Stacy, from
Stacy said he was 31 or something. I want to say, huh?
I thought he was 28. I thought he said 28.
Okay, 28.
But yeah, that's why I was saying 23, between 23 and 28. But you see where I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Like this is not just me. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I know.
And I had him at 23. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't being too ruthless on him, but yeah, I mean, he's not. Willie Green's not up there, man. The only edge that he had over those other coaches is the fact that those coaches were not proven at those particular teams, because those are new coaches.
Yeah, well, yeah, we get the JJ Reddit and all that, and it's quite a few coaches who I think, like I said, and I'm not mad about the ranking him being in the 20s. I think that's where he deserves to be until he kicks his coaching ability up another notch. And in year number 4, I think he should show something. If not, then it could be problematic.
He didn't show nothing in year 3, and everybody was basically available.
Well,
I'm just saying
we're gonna see this year, because this is one they have from Bleacher Report. This is one right here where they're saying 5 NBA coaches on the hot seat to start the year 24-25, with the star players in control and fans eager to see the teams make the playoffs. Owners often pin the blame on the head coach for a disappointing season. Enter the 24-25 campaign, which begins October the 22nd. A handful of head coaches are already on the hot seat, and a slow start by their team could lead to a firing. Here are 5 of the hottest seats to start off the new year. They got Quinn Snyder in Atlanta. After years as a college coach with Missouri, Snyder built a solid reputation by consistently leading the Jazz to the playoffs. After the team went to a rebuild and Snyder resigned in 22, he landed in Atlanta in the middle of the 22-23 season, replacing a fired Nate McMillan. So far, he's been unable to replicate the success he found in Utah, posting a 46-52 record. So there you go. Atlanta's tumultuous culture and uncertain state of the roster have left Snyder as the one to blame. If Trae Young and the Hawks start poorly, first overall pick Zachary, how you pronounce his name? Rishar? Risasher. Okay, there you go. That's when that French really worked for you. The bag of tricks for Snyder, who loves to mold young players into stars. That's something he did with Donovan Mitchell in Salt Lake, and with future NBA players with the G League Austin team in the late 2000s. If the Hawks get off to a slow start, though, his time in Atlanta will soon end. Billy Donovan from Chicago. The Bulls have found themselves in NBA purgatory, never truly contending, but also never awful enough to secure a high draft pick and a chance to land a franchise-altering star. 39-43 and 40-42 the past couple of years. Donovan is 156 and 162 as the coach of the Bulls. Will be blamed if they falter this season, and ownership wants to spice things up at midseason. It's difficult to say whether Donovan is even that great of an NBA coach, going 243 and 157 with the Thunder. He has never replicated his college basketball success, 2 national championships at Florida in the NBA. All of his mentors are in the collegiate game, such as St. John's Rick Pitino. He bowed out his first NBA gig in 2007 with the Orlando Magic before ever coaching the game. It seems Donovan is afraid of change, and so are the Bulls. This is a parting that would benefit both parties. And then, of course, Willie Green, New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans are a major what-if story seemingly every season in the Western Conference. Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson should be enough to lead the Pels into the upper echelon of the playoff bracket. Instead, the team falters at the finish line and then in the playoffs, eliminating in first round 2 of the past 3 seasons. Green, 43, is a bright young coach, but we all know who gets the blame after quick playoff exits. Green, who has 127 and 119 record in 3 seasons with the Pels, probably won't be good enough to survive the 24-25 season unless New Orleans plays fantastically. Then, of course, they have Chauncey Billups from Portland. They think he'll be done, and Will Hardy of Utah rounds out the top 5 guys that are currently on the hot seat. So, Lex, yeah, it's not. I don't see it as a situation where this is what it is. You know, this is a 4th season. The Pelicans are looking for a lot more. We want a lot more from the team. So, yeah, he's definitely, and this goes without saying, he's definitely on the hot seat, in my opinion. So we'll see how it all shakes. We want to add some commentary for that.
I mean, the team is talented, but there's a lot of flaws in his coaching, and we've been talking about it. Charles, I see what you said there. As far as you're confused on the outlook, as far as with Willie Green, we've actually been talking about this. If you watch the games and you know the game, like, it's been consistent. This isn't just like a me thing, a DC thing, a Big Q or anybody else or any other podcast or even mainstream media. Like, he doesn't have it. He has a lot that he needs to work on. This isn't something that's made up. And you can see it even there's a ranking that just came out. They had him at what? They had him at number 20.
Yeah, I think he was 23, if I'm not mistaken. In the that was a horrible ranking, though.
It was. But I mean, the thing is, as far as where he was, I mean, I felt like he should have been like, I had him at 23, but I think he might have been at 21.
Yeah, it was the CBS ranking. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing is that even with a talented group, Willie Green has problems when you watch the games, and everybody wants to look at the win percentage for regular season. Hey, man, look, I'm not looking at statistics. I'm not looking at what looks good on paper. because there's more to the game than what looks good on paper. If you want to take what looks good on paper, let's talk about all those super teams that were put together, but they never won a championship. They look good on paper, but they didn't win. You know, they were expected to win. They had all the MVPs. I mean, you could even look at the Clippers. They had what? They had 3 regular season MVPs on their squad. James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
How far did they go? That looks good on paper. You can look at the Lakers team where they had Karl Malone. Okay. They had Gary Payton. They had Shaq. They had Kobe. You know what I'm saying? They didn't win. They didn't win that championship. They lost in the finals. Like you can't always go with what looks great on paper. You have to actually know the game and look at the game. And that's why, like, you can tell who can coach well and who can't. Willie Green's adjustments have not been up to par. They haven't been up to par. And you can see it with the decisions. If you watch the details in the game, the small things, the rotations, we talk about the rotations a lot. I've said many a times, Willie Green is out there playing checkers instead of chess. You know what I'm saying? His counter moves are awful. And then he's sticking with something and expecting different results. That's crazy. And for instance, if we need more shooting, you know what he does? He puts more defense out there. If you look at how he does with the flow and the feel of the game, which is something that you can't teach, you just got to know it. He doesn't have that. It's not natural for him. So those are just a few things that we've talked about in the past, and they scream out like no other. They scream out like no other. If you know the game, you can see these things. You don't have to be a coach. You don't have to be a referee, or you know what I'm saying, or an analyst, or a commentator. You don't have to be those things. All you have to do is just know the game.
Yeah, that's
it just sticks out.
Yeah, that's one of the things we do hammer home. I think to be fair, I think my outlook on Willie Green's a lot more optimistic than some people's. Obviously, more so than DC and Lex outlook on him. The thing, it's not rose-colored glasses with Willie Green, because I don't really do the rose-colored glasses, because I kind of gauge things a little differently. I think I see it as a challenge for Willie Green. Like, he's never been a head coach, you know, in 4 years, and a head coach in 4 years in the NBA. At some point, you have this team. You have Zion. He's in the best shape of his career. Everything's centered on you. Like, if the team doesn't, if the team fails, he's going to get ran out of here. Not Griffin. It's not going to be the new general manager, because Trajan left to take Detroit. So this, the guy that's here is new. So
there's a reason for that too.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the octopus set it up for. It's perfect.
He did.
So yeah, this and we seen this happen. And I said he was going to do this because I know that personality. But in the end, the bottom line about my optimism about Willie Green is because I see it as year 4. This is a year in which he has to show that next level. Like you get that intelligence where you're supposed to go up a notch or 2 or 3. Now listen, I seen what he did last year. Lex, you're absolutely right. Can't discount your points on that. But the talent of, you mentioned, I've asked the question before to you and DC in prior streams. Well, how was he able to win 49 games? You guys said, and if I'm quoting you guys correctly, you said because of the talent of the team. He was able to beat teams. But in those 49 wins, he was able to beat coaches who people would consider on that poll better than him. Some of those 49 wins came against some of those guys that were ranked higher on that poll. So
but it's not just against the Pelicans. You have to look at it as a whole. You know what I'm saying? It's right. Not, and that's the thing, is if you're just looking at, when the Pelicans face them, Like, obviously, I forget his name. He looked like Arthur. What's his name? Head coach of the Kings.
Oh, Mike Brown.
Yeah, Mike Brown. You look at him. Yeah, the Pelicans had their number, but we also know that Utah Jazz they had the Pelicans number. If we're basing it based off of just that team going up against the Pelicans, then I guess it makes sense. But you have to look beyond that right there, like in the whole league, not just one team. Okay, yeah, you had the edge over this team. No, it's not just that one team. It's the whole league. And it's like strategy, and it's also strength of schedule. But really just I think it's more so the competition, because if you think about it, man, like the Lakers are barely making it, but they keep beating the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Well,
you see what I'm saying? Like,
I get what
so,
you're
I
saying.
mean, like there's more to it. You know what I'm saying? Than that. You know what I'm saying? Because really, the Pelicans have a better team than the Lakers do. They really do.
You would have won.
Even with LeBron and AD, the Pelicans have a better team.
You would have got the Lakers.
Difference is that you have a floor general in LeBron James who is a maestro on that court. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. You have a guy who he's a front runner. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to win games. He knows how to turn it on. He knows when to take over. You have a guy like that on the floor. And then you have another talent. But as far as role players, Pelicans easily have better role players.
Yeah, I get what you're saying on that, but that's what I'm saying about Willie Green. I don't think Willie Green's as a head coach, he has all these extra motivations, the stuff that I mentioned before, the prior years of head coaching experience that this is his first time in his professional coaching career as a head coach that he's reached a fourth year as a guy there. So at some point you want to see, can he equal out or eliminate not all the flaws, because I don't think he eliminates all the flaws, but I think at some point some of the major ones he gets over. Like we had the 0-22 or 0-23 situation that occurred last year where we were losing these games. I think the Pelicans did their best to find a guard. You mentioned LeBron, the floor general. We have our own floor general in DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, now we do.
Right now. So if, like I said, if we had that last year, and I don't want to go into what if, should have, but that was a big problem that the Pelicans fixed. Now we got a situation that's occurring at the center position. I don't think is as bad as that. I think we can get around that some kind of way we be able to do something with that. But we do have the talent. And I think Willie Green, I want to see if he can make that step. Like, well, a lot of people don't think he can. I want to see, because he has all these motivations. He got the fact that if he doesn't succeed, he's going to definitely get the bows and arrows straight up. And it could, if he underachieves, he could end up getting fired. So at the end of the day, it's either, I think he doesn't eliminate everything, but I do think that he gets better. And I do think that the Pelicans can get beyond 49 games. Like you give him, and I said this before, people kind of clown me about the DeJounte Murray thing when I mentioned having a floor general to go along with Willie Green to operate a system. That has to help. So, that's some of my talks on that. So that's what it is. But yeah, go ahead, Lex.
I do want to add, Willie Green has to use his resources.
Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we all have access right now to the internet. Okay? Like, everything is available. Like, anything that you're trying to find, if it's a definition of a word, it's to research, do some history or, research about some books or whatever, just learning about the game. All those things are available on the internet. But if none of us use it, what good is that resource? What good is it? It doesn't do you any good. Like, he has to use his weapons, and Willie Green has to be open-minded. One thing that he definitely lacks and that really gets on my nerves, because I am a coach and I am a creative person. I'm a very imaginative person. And most coaches who really know the game, you have to be able to know when to break the rules. And that's something Willie Green doesn't have. He doesn't know how to be creative. He doesn't know, he's not imaginative at all, especially running plays. Like, man, that handoff to Zion, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dog, I'm so tired of seeing that play. It's so predictable. It's like that's all he had. I know. Raise your hand if y'all know what I'm talking about. Same handoff. Zion coming from the corner, okay? That allows him to go to his get to his left hand. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I know y'all know that play. I think everybody had that play down by heart. Be like, okay, we know what play they're running. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, it's like, dude, change it up. And I think the biggest thing, like, the league is all about the pick and roll. Just in case, if you didn't know. The pick and roll is like the number one play that when you put your best players, your two best players in action.
Right.
How many times did we see that? How many times did we see that? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It was limited, Lex. We didn't see it as much as we would want to see them.
I mean, it wasn't consistent.
Yeah, in the pick and roll. I mean, no, it wasn't. That was a problem.
And that's really sad. Like, if the league is all about the pick and roll, okay, either the pick and roll, ball movement, or player movement, much like, you know, the Warriors, okay, why are we not using these things? The whole league is doing it.
He has and that's the thing we talk about with Willie Green. That has to change, man. And that's what I'm saying. This year is a year where he's facing that pressure. I don't think he stays the same with all that. They don't. I mean, if you look at the Saints side, we was covering that before. You've seen that guy change his offensive coordinator. You got all these different people in here. He's doing different stuff he didn't do before because pressure busts pipes. It forces you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
This is a regular thing that I see all the time. And the only thing that can jolt you out of your comfort zone is the fact that you could be facing uncertainty and be fired. He understands that. A lot of people now, the GM not going to tell him that. Oh, you're safe here. But don't start losing these games and start getting into a 10-game losing streak. And you're going to be up out of here because he's not going to protect you.
You can't be complacent. You have to continue to grow. And I think that's my main thing. Like, and I've said this before, if Willie Green takes one step forward, okay, he finds something that works, but then he goes away from it and never goes back to that.
Yeah.
That means he's taking 2 steps back. So he's in a worse position. You know what I'm saying? He's backtracked. Like, you see growth, and then in 1 or 2 games, you don't see that forward movement anymore. It's like you found something that worked and then you went away from it.
I think that's
doing that. Like, you can't do stuff like that. You have to be willing to grow. And then if something works, keep going to it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But that's what my optimism about Willie Green is. Like, he didn't have a floor general like a DeJounte Murray, a guy that's been there, done that, has had a lot of success in the game. And I'm not saying DeJounte's going to, y'all made a joke about it, but I'm saying he has all of these resources. You're talking about resources, right? So he has resources. He have access to a floor general now that should help the flow of his offense. So we might be able to see some of the stuff. He's a chippy guard, so that'll deal with a lot of the toughness issues that we talked about. So you got to have a floor general, a leader on the floor like that, distribute the ball with those chippy attributes. A guy that won't bend and fold, a guy that's been in those pressurized situations. And having that, I feel, will take the Pelicans team, make them play a lot better because they all play together. Because he's like the missing piece right there for the offense, the gaps in between Zion and BI. So that's why I was like, man, this guy has a floor general. He has the pressure of understanding that, hey, man, this is on you. Trajan Langdon is gone, so any non-success won't fall on the Octopus. It'll fall on you. So he's had 3 years of that to have all these screw-ups, and he's not as good as some people saying, but he still got the 49 wins. Is this a fluke, or is he really ascending to be just as competent as guys like Jamal Mosley and all these other guys that caught jobs at the same time as he is? Only time will tell. So either he succeeds or he doesn't. I don't want to get stuck there. Let's pivot and move into the other talking points that we talked about that we wanted to kind of go over. This is one that I want to kind of go over because we could build a whole show around that. Pelican star should be traded according to an NBA writer. And we've covered this ad nausea. Lex, we could talk about it. We mentioned Brandon Ingram trade situation. We know all of the particulars. We done went all around and through the situation. And we also talked about the CJ McCollum situation as well. So it was some, rumor mills that were going on that at the time that the Pelicans were focused on trying to trade BI, and it all came out that what they wanted for him, and some people said the Pelicans was wanting a little bit too much, and then the news came out that BI wanted the big bucks and all this kind of stuff that people wasn't willing to pay him. And then there was the CJ McCollum chip. Okay, since we can't move him, can we move CJ? Then it also came out that there wasn't really a market for CJ McCollum because at this point of his career, even though he's shooting the ball really well, he did some positive things offensively speaking. The contract of 2 years with CJ McCollum is a very unattractive contract. So it's very unattractive. So it looks better when you get closer to the trade deadline because, it then turns into something else. You got him on this year. That year's almost, and one more year left on this deal. So it looks a little bit better for the following year. But a lot of people anticipating that. It was the talking points about him making too much money. Matter of fact, credit to DC, who said that while he was plucking his guitar, that he believed that that CJ McCollum is too pricey to pay the sixth position. So let's address that. Let's talk about the BI stuff. Let's mention the CJ trade piece and also the idea about CJ is being too expensive to be a sixth man. Let's talk about that.
Okay. I mean, it's real. When you look at CJ does not have the greatest speed. Okay. He's a liability on defense, especially in the playoffs. I've been saying this, but OKC hunted him.
They did.
In that OKC, I mean, every single player, they were looking for that matchup with him. I mean, if you go back and look at it, I mean, it just screams out and it's like, wow, this is crazy. And it worked. It really worked. But he's a liability on defense. He's not athletic. His true position is the two guard. He's a true two. CJ in this system, and I say this system because it worked with Portland, but in this system, it's not working. He's not a combo guard. He's not the type of guard who can play the point and be the two guard. No, he's strictly a two guard. Okay. And then CJ, he has moments where he dribbles too much. So when you look at all those things, not to mention his age, you got to mention that. Okay. He's on the wrong side of his prime. Right. So you look at all those things, you look at what he's being paid, and then you're talking about moving him to a bench role, like bringing him off the bench, which makes the most sense. But at that price is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. 33.33333. That's too many threes. That is too many threes. I'm talking about double digits and triple digits after that. You know what I'm saying? That's too much. I mean, I wouldn't want that any. The only way a team takes him is if it's a buyout situation.
Well, that's the whole thing about the CJ McCollum. That's why I think the Pelicans, my take on the CJ thing is, I think at the time, and there were a few rumored mill reports that the Pelicans were looking to try to see if they can kind of, if anybody was interested in CJ McCollum, and there was not much of a trade market for CJ McCollum. But you're absolutely, I agree with you 100%. I think in this, once again, we talk about the as a whole. CJ McCollum looks, even though you called it as a defensive liability, so some scheming is going to have to be dreamed up here or put together, because obviously the Pelicans are deciding on using CJ McCollum in the starting five. You know, that's already been the case. They're advertising. Matter of fact, I don't know if you've seen the advertisements, but downtown,
politically correct.
Yeah, around town they have the billboards up with CJ. It's 4 people on the billboards. Y'all put one in the chat if y'all see some of these billboards around town. Let me see if I can find the Pelicans billboards too. Around town where they have 4 of them up there. It's Zion, BI, CJ, and DeJounte Murray on the billboards. A group of them together, and that's what they're advertising as.
Because Herb was just first team all defense, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, so he did all that work to get that type of, you know what I'm saying, accolade, only to not be a part. I don't know. That's just really something to me. So
yeah, it what it does do it, and like this was one of the ones, you know, the things that we kind of talked about here, because I don't think a lot of people wanted to see CJ McCollum in that starting, you know, as a starting role because of his defensive deficiencies. But off-ball CJ is hard to deny. The $30+ million, the 33 and a third that he makes, that's a lot of money. But, you know, commonsensically, you say that DeJounte Murray and Herb Jones backcourt is ferocious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
That would be
beautiful.
Awesome.
That's like poetry.
Right. To see them, and that's what we were all like looking at. It's like, man, that would be spectacular. But a lot of people can't overlook the money. 33 and a third for CJ McCollum. Yeah.
And that's why I said it's politically correct. You know, sticking with CJ in the starting lineup as well as BI, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously
you gotta move him.
He's still trying to get paid.
Right.
So the thing is, though, what comes into play is, are CJ and Brandon in the foreseeable future? And see, that's the question that you have to ask, because what are you all doing here? And this is the part where we talk about the vision. What direction are the Pelicans going in? Because if you look at the grand scheme of things, CJ and Brandon don't fit. They don't fit. I mean, how much longer does CJ have? And then with Brandon, again, Pelicans are not trying to pay him that. It doesn't make sense to pay him that. I mean, and we've gone over that. So the thing is, with all this stuff happening, how does this affect Trey Murphy with his extension? You know what I'm saying? Because we know that Murphy fits better with Zion. Murphy does not have a problem shooting threes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's a sniper.
Mm-hmm.
Got Herb. He's basically you know, behind, you know, the defense. He's the captain of the defense. So when you just look at everything and you look at fit, it's not about who's better. Because I know I've heard that many times. It's not about who's better. It's about who's the better fit. Okay.
Yeah, let's address that, because that's an interesting talking point right there, man. That you just mentioned, Lex. But you mentioned off-ball CJ. Mm-hmm. Off-ball CJ, even though we talk about the deficiencies that he represents, but off-ball CJ next to DeJounte Murray, a guy that is going to floor general that thing. keep it out of it. It's still it's like we talked about. Like they have tendencies that are damaging. Like CJ becomes a clicker. He starts shooting the ball. He doesn't wait for things to set up. You know, that's his mind frame with the ball in Murray's hands to make the proper decision. We kind of protect against these follies. The same with BI dribbling too much. You know, feeding these guys when they're supposed to get the ball, designate, letting them know, and sectionalizing the game.
A hot hand.
Yes.
How many times did the team as a whole go away from the person who had the hot hand, which is insane in itself. And that's knowing the vibe. Again, hey, as a coach, you see that, call a timeout, hey man, we need to get the ball to this guy right here because he's hot.
Would you say the IQ of the team has improved so far? I know he's still early on, but based on the acquisition of talent that the Pelicans currently have, do you believe that the IQ of the team has improved beyond last year?
Well, I mean, definitely with DeJounte, it helps to improve the IQ. But I think it's kind of funny because I feel like certain players on the team have a high IQ, but it's also mixed in with people who don't have a high IQ. And then you have a coach, you know what I'm saying, who doesn't have a high IQ. And so it's a clash. It makes the people who do have the high IQs look bad because the people who have poor IQs. it's like you know a spoiled an infected apple, it affects everything. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not saying it right, but you know what I'm getting at. It's like it hurts all the good apples. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, it's I feel like it's there. No, because I've heard people say, you know, Zion, he doesn't have a high IQ, and he actually does. You know what I'm saying?
He does.
Like, yeah, but a lot of times you don't see it because of the strategy or the philosophy of the offense.
Well, see that.
I mean, it's like, come on, people.
I agree with that, but I'm thinking like this time around they understood what the issue was. Like at certain junctures of time, players just, you know, they just go off kilter. We know that with Willie Green. So, like I said, and I think that Murray and we putting a lot on Murray. You know, we putting a lot on DeJounte Murray to kind of normalize things.
Yeah.
So at some point we got to be able to figure the thing out, man. I think it helps. And then of course Stephanie asked the question: do you think CJ fits with Zion? Well, CJ McCollum in the last year shot almost 43% from downtown. So I would think if you can get a shooter to go along with Zion, that will help. So yeah, I definitely like off-ball CJ. I like him in that role. He's awesome in that role. But you know, we know that the defensive liabilities that'll just have to be, you know, worked on. All right, we have DC chiming in all the way from the island. DC, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you for joining, sir. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay, man. You know, it's rough out here in the island of New Orleans, you know, with the Saints losing the way they did, man. It's a tough Sunday.
I hear you, DC. Appreciate you stopping by, sir. Much love to you.
Got people bouncing up and down on patios, and it's collapsing and stuff out there, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of terrible, bro.
It's crazy out here, man.
They need to fortify that damn patio.
Yeah. What's up, Lex?
What's going on with you?
I'm chilling.
All right. We got DC in the building here, as you can hear. DC, appreciate you. You got great internet service tonight, it appears, brother. And,
I always have excellent internet service.
And let me just say that he is fashionably late.
I have several personal hotspots. Speak you.
Do you now? Okay, all right.
I don't even need a modem to be here.
Okay, there you go. Okay, you getting your technology together. All right, DC, credit to you, brother. Appreciate you, brother.
So, am I on time or I'm too late? You said I'm fashionably late, so I must ain't miss a lot, huh?
Well, you missed a lot, bro. We already 46 minutes.
We did a whole lot of stuff in this small amount of time.
We 46 minutes. 46 minutes into the show, brother. You talking about almost they miss a lot. Oh, brother, come on now. You missed quite a bit. But that's all right, DC. We won't be mad at you as long as at the end of the show you play your guitar for us. All right, so anyway, let's
I wouldn't give a shit if you're mad or not then in that case.
all right. So you still gonna play that goddamn guitar though.
Yeah.
All right, so, let's keep the moving.
Say, bro, you got rid of your pistol after we got DeJounte Murray, man. You had to throw that pistol away, man. You ain't scared of nobody. You ain't scared of nopody.
I still got that pistol, DC. What you talking about, bro? We still got that pistol.
Man, you supposed to be to throw that in the river somewhere, bro. They gonna be looking for that.
We already talked about your favorite guy, DC.
You gonna be brought up on charges when the season starts. You just watch.
First of all, it wasn't a dirty pistol, and he didn't use it. Okay, so he need to throw it away.
Man, them people is gonna file an armed robbery charge, bro, halfway through the season.
DC, you kind of dropping some game on yourself, brother.
Man, hey, look, I'm just letting you know, man.
DC come from straight out that movie shot us, man. You're supposed to discard that dirty pistol.
Hey, it ain't been 15 years, man. The statute of limitation is still up, Q.
Let's see. DC is a shotter, man. DC, the number one top shotter, man. There you go, DC. So anyway, man, let's keep it pushing, man. DC on board. All right, anyway, DC.
What up, family? What's happening? Let's see everybody. Some welcome back. Better late than never. Yeah, that's right, bro. DC Willie Green. What's the contract on the patio?
I so anyway, let's keep it pushing, man, because we were talking about the CJ McCollum thing. We were talking about the CJ McCollum 9 trade, the BI situation, and Lex was kind of.
I got one question for you, bro. Before we get serious, we had a brief intermission, man. You know, what you said to bring you some levity.
Levity.
I got a question for you, Q.
We right in the middle of. I was monologuing here trying to set up the next segment. Go ahead, DC. You got it, brother. You got it.
I know your persona right now is Q, but you used to go as John Legend. Was you at a Diddy party? I just want to know.
Who is John Legend?
Go ahead, you can clear the air right now, man.
Rated PG, okay.
Dude,
I didn't ask what happened at the Diddy party, Lex. I just wanted to know if you was there or not.
You just said the name.
Hey, what are you talking about, John Legend? I'm Mark Jackson and John Legend now. That's the game now? That's the joke now?
What you talking about?
I was Mark Jackson and John Legend.
Man, according to you, we just ordinary people, baby. We just ordinary people.
DC.
What's up?
Well, why don't you let everybody see you? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, they ain't ready for all this, Lex.
Come on, baby, come on.
Let's keep it pushing.
One love, man. One love. They want to see the start of the one love, man.
DC stopped the whole damn
I want to know if. I mean, it's a month away from the season, man. If we're going to have some problems, with doing post-game reports and stuff, because you got to go to court and all that, I just want to know.
I'm Mark Jackson and John Legend now.
I just thought I was giving you the opportunity, to clear the air, man. Good friend, bro. To state your innocence. I'm a little nervous now by your non-answer.
By Molly's side.
I don't know what you're talking about, brother.
I gotta wait till the list come out, man. I don't know how much I can hang with you till they drop the list, man.
Hey, all right. This is a premiere type thing, like months down the road. They want to see you, man. Come on.
What's up?
Probably
see what?
Get some autographs and pictures with you and stuff.
What you talking about?
Got a celebrity in the building.
we sure do. Play the piano for him, Q.
Damn guitar. He take a picture with his guitar on his back, like a nomad.
Hoffa's trying to sing a little something, Big Q. You're just ordinary people.
That's right, Lex. Inspiring.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, and I'm going to move forward.
That's all right, brother. Just take it slow. All right, take it slow. Take it slow.
Thank you, DC. All right,
this time we'll take it slow. It's all right.
DC, can we pod now? Can we pod now? Can we pod now?
I'm sorry, bro.
You're 40-something minutes late, then you jump in here with a dumb question like that. You stop all the shit.
Oh my goodness!
I think that was a very good question.
That was a dumbass question. It was stupid.
That was a great question.
Well, let's keep it going, man. All right. So anyway, we let's pivot into some of these questions before we get ready to end the stream, fam. These are some of the questions. Now, shout out to Lex, man. These are some of the questions, really good questions by Lex. That she posed, she said, and these, I want y'all to answer some of these questions in the chat too, fam. What is the mentality of every or what is the mentality of the coaching staff coming into the season as well as the players? What should be the mentality of the coaching staff and the players coming into 24-25 season? DC, since you got a big yap, won't you get us jumped off first?
Wait, hold up. What? What?
Got y'all need to stop with these triggers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? These instigating words.
Big yeah.
I'm John Legend.
Look, that's how we go off into
coming from Bob Marley's son over there. He called me.
That is some 1971 ass slang, bro. Big yap. What are you talking about, man? We're in 2024, bro.
An American word, DC. I know you might not understand that, but you got the floor, brother. Go ahead.
You think you're in some type of pimp movie? You got a big yap over there, man. This dude here, man.
Hey, DC, you should do some voiceovers. That was
you got a big yap over there.
Y'all answer the question because we want to know y'all thoughts as well.
All right,
all right. Let me stop playing around. In all seriousness, man, I think the Pelicans, this is a make or break year for their mentality. Like, they have to attack this.
Yeah, 504. That's what he's trying to do. That's exactly what he's trying to do. It took him a long time to come up with that one. He was real proud.
Well, honestly, 504 code. I wanted to let him live. I know he didn't want to be famous and stuff for that, so I just was leaving that one alone. I'm gonna do a little Mark Jackson thing. I ain't want to expose who he really was. But when the Diddy stuff came out, man, I got nervous, man. I thought maybe I don't know my partner.
We want to keep this PG.
Heard she was at a few Diddy parties, man.
We got kids up in the stream.
You got to expose the truth,
not just adults.
That ain't me, brother.
I leave it alone if you wasn't there. I never out your alias again. But it's up right now. But anyway.
Yes.
Addiction, but go on.
As far as the Pels, though, man, they have to be on their toes. This is a make or break year for this roster. Depending on how they handle everything, the guys on this team, may or may not be back. If somebody like, let's say CJ, for instance, who's in constant trade talks right now, but he has a chance to kind of still be it. Trey wants big money, right? Herb's pretty much untouchable. Herb kind of, the way he carries himself is kind of the leader of the team, with BI taking a backseat. Zion has to prove he can be that option to carry team. We all believe he can, and I'm sure he can, but he hasn't proven it over the whole 70 games of a season. Willie Green, we're constantly here talking about his coaching strategies and critiquing him. You have a guy like James Borregos, who will either be trying to take Willie Green's spot or trying to get another coaching job. Everybody has some type of incentive going into this next offseason. So they can't come in this year lollygagging around, just taking stuff easy. Oh, it's not a big deal. A lot of things on the line for a lot of different players. So I think the mentality has to be serious, focused, and locked in. And I think for some part, I'm pretty sure we'll see that. But as we've seen with this team, you can see that at moments, and then on another moment-to-moment basis, it disappears, and they get lackadaisical and just kind of wishy-washy. Like, do they really care about winning? And then they come out and show you they do. But there's times when you question that. I think at least to start the season, they're going to come out playing with, what's your favorite word in that song, Lex? Edge.
Mm-hmm. You better speak.
Because they have to. They have to. Their back is kind of against the wall. Everybody has something to prove. DeJounte Murray has to prove that he is that version that you saw in a small sample size of the end of the Atlanta game, right? CJ McCullough's got to prove he can still play going well into his 30s. I said Zion going over people again, but you guys get the point. Shit, somebody got to step up and prove they can be a starting center. So we have at every turn something that needs to be proven, and things are kind of up in the air. Trey Murphy wants to be a starter. Well, he's going to get to kind of audition in that role and prove that he can continue to grow. Herb wants to be a mainstay in the starting lineup, I'm sure. So he has to prove that he's added something else to his game over the offseason. Hopefully he just got bigger, got better at rebounding and defending centers, because rather see him in the center spot than Zion, right? So I think they will come out with a very focused mentality and a lot of energy to start the season.
Lex, what you think?
The mentality should definitely be like, I think the biggest thing, you got to have a chip on your shoulder. Got to have a chip on your shoulder. There's been a lot of there was a lot of embarrassing moments on last season as far as play, the way that the team was playing. And really it's like the chip on the shoulder has to be real and it has to be consistent. I think the identity of the team, it was too up and down. There wasn't a strong identity of the team. You know, Zion taking a back seat, you know what I'm saying? Then they turning it around, giving Zion the ball. You know, Willie Green telling, CJ, he's got to take over, which is just weird to me. Like, things like that cannot happen this year. They can't happen. I mean, obviously DeJounte is there. But the mentality is the team everybody has to be on the same playing field. Regardless of the ulterior motives, like we talked about with Brandon, what type of mentality is he coming in with? Because I feel like it's the same as last year. He has something to prove, and that's not necessarily the greatest thing, because if he's trying to still do, his one-on-one things, slowing the game down, not, attempting threes, that's actually, he's trying to, focus on himself, but it's not necessarily helping the team. So everybody, which is really going to be difficult because he does want to get paid. And whether he does or whether he thinks he can or whether he, does or not, it's like, how is that going to affect everything else on the team? Because obviously if the team is not winning, which that should be, that's what the foundation of everything should be, is winning. But obviously everybody is not going to have that. I mean, there's just different ulterior motives. Somebody mentioned Jayhawk. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at Jayhawk and, Jose, Matt Ryan, you know what I'm saying? As far as them getting minutes, for them, they're just trying to get on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to get on the floor so I can, help contribute. Everybody has different functions of where they're going to get in. And I mean, Tice, we don't know how the bigs are going to be played. We talk about how with Zion, are we trying to maximize him? I don't feel like maximizing him by him being at the 5. That's not maximizing his potential, maximizing his game. But in Willie Green's mind, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on with just the mentality, because if everybody's mentality is not on the same page, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to force, well, hey, Zion, we want you at the 5, which is, like I said, crazy, because if you're building around Zion and Zion is your best player, why would you have your best player at the 5 at 6'6"? that's really like ludicrous. That's not really maximizing Zion's ability. So we're not trying to maximize the best player, even though we're trying to build around them. Or I don't know. It's kind of a half foot in, half foot out because, center position and philosophy and all that stuff. But that mentality for the whole team has to be on the same page. And I think that's the biggest challenge because there's so many ulterior mentalities with each individual as far as getting playing time, getting that contract. Hey, I'm trying to get into the starting lineup. I'm trying to stay in the starting lineup. I don't want to come off the bench. It's a lot going on with the team. And you could say this about any team, but I think with the Pelicans, again, the identity has not been strong in the past. It's either here or it's down here. It's not like this. It's not choppy. Just like when you look at the heart monitor. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's big, that's not good. That's not good. That's not a strong identity. So, I mean, they just have to find a way to have that mentality as far as everybody being on the same page. Like I said, if it's winning, if the foundation is winning, if the mentality is winning for everybody, then all that stuff is on the back burner. But if it's not, all it takes is one person. Look, I'm trying to get my bag, you know what I'm saying? It throws a wrench in the whole mentality of the team. So it's pretty serious, man. And same thing with the coaching staff. Knowing your personnel, knowing where to place players and all that stuff. All that stuff is gonna matter. So it's gonna be interesting once training camp comes. And training camp starts in a week, I do believe.
Yes, it's up on us, man. We're here. We got to get it now. A couple of other things to talk about, fam. The acquisition or the signing of Elfrid Payton and Izaiah, what's the brother name? Brockington. Izaiah Brockington. What's the thought process on that? What do y'all guys think about the getting Elfrid Payton back, bringing him and Izaiah here to compete into the preseason in the training camp? What y'all guys think about?
I think it's good competition, and I actually like the idea of them bringing my brother from Gretna there. You know what I'm saying? Elfrid Payton is a solid point guard, man. I mean,
your brother from Gretna.
I said our brother.
Oh, okay, my bad.
He's from the city. God damn. He's
from Gretna.
Just looking for something.
How
far is Gretna from the Smoothie King Arena, Q?
DC, keep it pushing.
5 miles.
Let's keep
Calm down, bro. What's wrong with you?
Who's also from Gretna?
I know you on edge, bro. You got a lot of pressure on you right now. I understand.
That's a heck of a name right there.
But chill out. This is a moment where this is a safe place. You can relax. I think him being in training camp, right, shows that the Pelicans are finally addressing the issue that we ain't had a point guard for a while. Jose, yeah, I consider him a point guard. You got Elfrid going in training camp, and now you got DeJounte Murray. So I think by him coming, they want to give maybe a slightly different look to the offense, possibly, if they add another point guard to come in for training camp. I don't see him making the team, but I do see him as a true point guard that maybe can help implement some of the different things that they're going to implement. Because, you got DeJounte Murray, man. We have to have the ball in his hands more if we're smart. We can't continue to play offense the way we did, last year. It has to be some different wrinkles to it with him coming in. So I think that's all it is. And Izaiah Brockington, he's a guy that's just been around the team that they trust to show up, handle his business, and give the guys some good work. He's been on the squadron, doing this thing, man, and trying to earn that opportunity. So they're giving him a chance to come into camp and, see what he got. I'm pretty sure they have some things that he does well that maybe they feel like can challenge the defense or fits in the offensive scheme where they could use him or maybe they're looking at these dudes as maybe scouts, or they play a certain type of way for some of the first games coming up out the gate. It could be a lot of different things. But I'm glad Izaiah Brockington is getting a shot, especially how everything started for him, man, with him coming to the Pelicans and getting injured, with a lot of promise, and they kind of made things right, gave him some money, and still giving him opportunities to try and make the team.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off of DC. I mean, it's great competition. He's a vet. He's seen a lot. It'll definitely keep the guards and wing play on their toes. Because obviously, it's not like another big came in and they competing for the starting 5 position. So it's good stuff, and glad for Brockington. I think that's just a goodwill type thing right there, like DC said, coming off of his injury. But it's great that these guys are getting the opportunity. I mean, you never know what guys can give you. Well, his last spot was Orlando, right? Elfrid Payton. No, wait. Oh, my bad. I don't remember him in Phoenix. I don't think.
The Mad. He was I think some G League team, the Mad Ants, I want to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. Let me ask you this: what really stuck out to you all about Elfrid Payton's game?
To me, he was like he's like a solid. His head was sticking out. He's like a solid point guard, man. He did like all the little things, nothing flashy, but he was a gamer to me, man. I mean, he just found a way to make an impact on the game, whether that be rebounding or getting some untimely points, even though he's not really a scorer. He's just like a traditional kind of throwback point guard to me.
Okay.
And he was think pretty good down here.
Yeah, he had a string of 5 games straight with triple doubles. Like he
was pretty solid for us.
I think if he had got a proper opportunity around some good players, Elfrid Payton might still be a starter in the league. I don't say him as like no all-star level guy or nothing, but I mean he was solid. He played solid defense. I mean, everybody look, he was solid. He wasn't his worst attribute to him is he wasn't a good shooter. That was the worst attribute about him.
Oh, well, I was about to ask about that.
No, that's why he's not. That's why he's not around.
So he's more of a defensive guy, an old school defensive type game.
I wouldn't put him like he had offense to his game. He's just not. He's not a scorer. He's not like a scorer like that. His points came kind of scrappy and just hustle type, like a low budget Rondo, a low budget non-flashy Rondo.
Okay.
I put him in like that category, a type of point guard. Not saying he's anywhere as good as Rondo, but
yeah, you gotta have a
that
shot.
Type of a poor man's Rondo, you mean?
Yeah,
poor man's Rondo. You gotta at least have a shot.
Rondo didn't have no shot for damn near his whole career.
He
got a shot right before the Lakers game,
and his IQ was off the charts too.
I mean, I think Elfrid Payton was pretty smart. He made a lot of, I didn't see him making a lot of mistakes out there. He had a decent basketball IQ. I'm not comparing him to Rondo. Rondo's a Hall of Famer.
Well, you said low budget, so I mean, I'm just like
great value. Thank you, Hopper. Great value, Walmart version.
If you're bringing someone, into training camp and things, yeah, I was asking that because I'm looking at the whole situation. It's probably, he's definitely there for just training. I don't think he's going to be signed.
Yeah, he's been a G League player, I think, the last couple of years. So they're not about to give him no spot. I don't think, unless he just, blows them away or something. But yeah, he's just there to help with training camp, basically.
And get a paycheck.
Congratulations to him.
Yeah, shit. Look, can I come to training camp? You know
for real? Look, I'll go in there and get for the what is it like 3 to 4 weeks? Yeah, you gonna get about $100,000? Yeah, just sign me up.
Look, I want to help.
Man, what y'all need me to do, man?
I want to help too. Shoot, you want to help Slim? What about you, Hoffa?
All right, I got one more question before we end the stream, and this is a good one from Lex. She says, "Will the Pelicans make more moves before the season starts, or is the door completely closed?" What you think? But go ahead, DC. You can fire this one off. Go ahead.
That's a tricky one, man. Because to be honest, I'm gonna make a guess. I'm not gonna straddle the fence, but being honest, I don't know. I don't know because
this guy. I don't know. I'm gonna straddle the fence. I'm just going. I don't know. Okay, DC. Thank you.
That's what you said when I asked you was at the Diddy party. You told me the same.
I don't know.
But look,
no, just Diddy stuff. What's wrong with you, man?
He wants some cornbread.
I don't want no cornbread.
Are you playing that koala?
I don't want no cornbread, but I'm punching Goldmouth off the rip.
Was that in line?
Yeah. I'm stealing off on Goldmouth, man. I'm gonna try to give him everything I got while he's still sitting down. But look, it's tricky, man.
DC, hold on just a second.
What's going
Lex,
on?
it's your turn. DC said he didn't know. Okay, go ahead, Lex.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my bad. You had some more. I thought you said you ain't know.
Go on and speak your mind, DC. Brother, it's all right.
He's bitter. He's bitter, Lex.
No, I thought you said you ain't know. You said, I don't know.
Slim South said you had too many fried pineapples. He's bitter.
He talking about
your tongue numb, huh?
They talking about you.
No, he talking about
cornbread down there in New Orleans.
See, you ain't saying nothing. Go ahead, brother. Finish your thought.
Well, I was trying to wait for y'all to finish talking, so I didn't want to speak over nobody. But anyway,
been doing that.
Man, I've been good this show, Lex. Don't do me.
All he does.
You have been interrupting good.
All he been doing since he got.
But I ain't interrupt you though.
All right, next your turn. Go ahead.
Me doesn't mean you haven't been interrupting.
Your turn.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say the Pels will make a move before training camp, even if it's a small, insignificant move, such as signing another player for training camp.
Want to know,
like who? Who they gonna sign, DC? What do you think?
Maybe they pull off a trade or some type of thing like they did with Matt Ryan to be able to get under the luxury tax. Maybe they shuffle some things around to do that, or we see them actually go out and get a center. I don't know who they'll get, but I think they will make a move to do something. I don't know. That's right, Slips out. But I think they'll make a move.
So
wasn't that the question?
So basically,
you got it. You good?
Like a small fish move.
Possibly. Are they? Oh, or maybe we trade BI before the start of the season some type of way.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, it would be.
I mean, I don't know how true this is. I don't know. But
wow, that's a good point.
What's up?
Y'all know about Derrick Rose.
What's going on with Derrick Rose?
The Grizzlies just waived him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, what
That's
about that? I'm glad you brought that
up. Why would they waive him?
I mean,
would Derrick Rose really want to come here?
I mean, he went to the Grizzlies.
I mean, when the Grizzlies, they actually were coming off being the number 2 team in the league when he.
Well, what number were they last season? Because that's you as good as
your
last.
Yeah, Lex. But when the man signed, Ja wasn't injured, and he wasn't being alleged to point guns at people and all the other stuff he got into. So, I think he went there, to be honest, to help out Ja Morant. I think he sees a lot of himself in Ja Morant with the potential that he has. I think he went there with the intentions of mentoring him. So my thing is, because if Derrick Rose is a free agent now, there's a lot of teams I think that will want to pick up Derrick Rose. He's still a good player, man. You can get a lot of use of off the bench. He knows his role. He doesn't have an ego like where he's trying to start and get all of these minutes, and he's still pretty good when he's out there. So wouldn't he want to go somewhere else than here? Like, what would be his motive for us to be able to get him? Because obviously he's not getting a lot of money at this point, and he's probably gonna go chase a ring. Would he see us as
I mean, do
a
you
title
think
contender?
Because he was at the Knicks before.
Maybe he goes back to the Knicks. They've built a pretty solid squad.
I don't know, because
maybe he goes to Chicago for one last year and retires. Yeah. Maybe he goes to Chicago and has his farewell tour and retires. Like, who knows, man? It would be nice if we could get him.
There might be some bad blood between them, because
between who?
Oh, Rose in Chicago.
I mean, are the same people there when they traded him? I don't think that's the same management team or front office, coach, nothing.
I don't know.
Everything's different. So, but he from Chicago, so I'm sure his jersey gonna be retired in Chicago. And I'm sure he wouldn't have it no other way.
Yeah.
All right, so Derrick Rose is the suggestion. I'd be interested, man. I mean, he killed us for many years.
I like it.
Yeah, he killed us for many years, man.
But who would, if hypothetically, if we did get him, who's getting bumped out of the rotation for Derrick Rose?
CJ?
Come on, Lex.
Nah.
Hey, the price works. The price.
The only one you could see that happening to would be Jose, wouldn't it? I mean, Jose Alvarado, whatever minutes he has, I guess.
I don't think you could take Jose out the rotation. No, with Willie Green.
With Derrick Rose, a healthy Derrick Rose. I don't know.
Just the.
I don't know.
I mean, Jose came in a playoff game, play-in game, and I mean, he significantly changed the game, bro. Like, he's not. Jose's guaranteed at least 7 minutes. At least 7.
Okay. Derrick Rose taking every damn one of them too.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that.
And then he's in a contract year too. Like, would they really do that to Jose?
I mean, the thing is that, again, you got to ask your question. What is this? Is this team trying to win like now, or you know what I'm saying? Like, are we trying to get better as a team?
I think they have to try to win now, Lex, to be honest. David Griffin is kind of getting up to the point where, if they have a failure of a season this year, even though Miss Benson might not be thinking about that now, I think the national media will start to put the pressure on them, because with everything we have over here, you can't continue to have these flunders and blunders at the end of the season every year. So they have to try to win now.
Yeah.
And I like to ask that question a lot because, I mean, and then you have to look at the grand scheme as far as with the West, how the West has improved. Like, we're asking, are the Pelicans in a win now situation? Are they thinking in a win now situation? And the West has beefed up. Like, you have Memphis coming back with all their starters, everybody healthy because they had a down year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, you look at the Spurs, they got Harrison Barnes and Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen wherever Chris Paul goes, how much a team has improved. Just like when he went to OKC. You know what I'm saying? The Rockets. So, and then OKC, they've beefed up. They've beefed up a whole lot, and they were already solid. So now you bring in Hartenstein and I forget the other dude's name, but just came from Chicago and the Giddey trade.
The ball eagle. Yeah.
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 I mean, he's kind of like their Derek White. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they really added some great pieces to their roster. And then I mean, obviously, you know, you look at the Lakers and Houston, they really started to come alive at the end of the season. I'm pretty sure that they're going to be very extra motivated on this season. I mean, I don't think it'll be too much, but I just know this one thing with the Pelicans, regardless of their regular season, you know, wins and all that stuff, and Willie Green improving his win percentage every single year. The truth of the matter is that this team has been a borderline playing team. Excuse me. A borderline playing team. Or they haven't been in the play-in nor the playoff picture for one of those years. So I don't want this team to be a borderline play-in team. That's not cool. Regular season is regular season, but no matter, your win percentage is going up in regular season, but you're still a play-in team. I don't know about y'all, but I would like for the Pelicans to solidify a spot in the top 6. Preferably the top half of the 6. Okay? I don't know about anybody else. This borderline playing stuff, you know, we've been there, done that. Can we really show improvement by, hey, yes, the Pelicans are in the playoffs? What are you playing, Big Q? Y'all feel me though?
That ain't me. I got you. I feel you on that though, for real, because the way I see it is, this is the year, man. This is the year, and with everything going on, DC, please.
It's not a win now if a borderline playing team. You got 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and it's the mentality of the team is like, let's get to the playoffs. But y'all not trying to win a playoff series.
I think they have enough to get beyond that. That's what I'm saying, because last year we had they lost a bunch of games for obvious reasons. We know why. They were 49. They should have been like what 59 and whatever. The Pelicans should have had 50 plus wins last year. You know, that's ridiculous. Yeah. The 0-22 situation.
But they got better. They increased their win total every year, though, Q.
But no, I hear what you're saying. You just doing that sarcastically.
But they've still been a borderline playing team.
No, he being sarcastic.
And that's what everybody's missing. Yeah, the regular season has gotten better, but guess what? The whole league continues to get better. That's why we've talked about many times.
But that ain't a bad thing, though, Lex. That's a great thing. That's what it's a great thing that the rest of all these guys are getting, that the league is getting better, especially in the Western Conference.
Yeah, but it's about the Pelicans keeping up, because we've said that the Pelicans have been delayed, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying all of that, it's a culmination from what we seen last year into now. A lot of this was based on the fact that Zion Williamson health situation. Remember, that's a key component of the Pelicans. If Zion Williamson is healthy, they beat the Lakers. They beat the Lakers in that playing game. Some of these other games, like we lost Zion for some time, we lost BI for some time last year. We had some stuff going on, and he still was able to win 49 games. It wasn't Willie Green's best. I guess it was his best coaching job up to date. It was able to get 49 wins. Then you give him a floor general point guard that can help him out with his system and make sure things get where they're supposed to. I think they finally culminated enough to be able to be considered one of the top 5 teams competing with, because you're going to have to prove it in the Southwest. You got Dallas there that was in the finals. You have
my goodness.
Memphis, you have, and that's San Antonio. You can throw them out, man. You know, we ain't worried about no San Antonio, man. At the end
I know, but still,
actually,
talking, sir. But all I'm saying is that
I'm just saying I'm a little worried about San Antonio.
Bro, come on, 1,000 gigawatts, bro. You stop.
Did you see that, Marty? We have 1,000 gigawatts.
DC, yes. This is
very own whipping Yama.
DC. This is Greg Popovich.
He's an alien, I tell you, an alien.
That's Greg Popovich going over a plan for Zion. That's, as you can see, he's quite worried right there.
But realistically, though, Big Q, what does Willie Green look like going over his plan to stop whipping Yama?
Bro, listen, man, we're gonna be all right, bro. Come on. I think this is.
I'm just saying, man. I think that the Spurs we can't take them lightly.
We can't take anybody lightly.
I'm saying, listen, people have said that
got to play with an edge and come with a chip on their shoulder because they've gotten too much disrespect.
Well, let me ask you this, Lex.
Man. I mean, it's like, and it's been piling up.
You talk, but did they get tougher?
Big Q, this all people hope.
Did they get tougher?
I mean, they got tougher with that, definitely with DeJounte. I mean, they didn't finish, but the thing is that
Lex, I want to try to keep you to yes or no answers right here because I'm trying to prove it.
But there's more. Look,
okay,
open-ended answers.
No, it's not open-ended. It's a question. It's a yes or no. Did the Pelicans
get really a yes or no type thing?
Did the Pelicans overall IQ wise get more intelligent as a basketball team? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, at least he's obviously out of his mind.
You still have bad eggs, though.
Now, we're saying
we never figured out how to win in the fourth quarter. It didn't get any better. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about IQ. We're not talking about that, bro.
It takes IQ to win in the fourth quarter. Yes. Yes.
The thing is,
based on who you got.
Our biggest hole we never fixed all year, Q.
All right,
remember when I said a lot of things are still unclear? Things are still unclear. Yes, you raise your IQ with DeJounte, but it's not just him. It's not just him. It's the team as a whole that has to come up. It's just like the mentality. It's just like the identity. Everybody has to do their part, right?
Yes.
And it's the sum of the parts that make the whole. Proximity.
Yes.
In the art term, okay? Everybody has to do their part. Everybody has to do their part. If everybody's not doing the part, then there's a wrench thrown in the IQ. Even with that one IQ, one person can make all the bad apples, and that's what I'm saying. And DeJounte said that too. It has to be everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Check this out, Q. What if somebody got a great idea and everybody we need to do this and do that, and then nobody don't listen? I'm with Lexxah on this one, man. You don't think James Borrego was saying something?
Basically, what he's saying is B.I. don't want to listen again.
Then we got to get B.I. up out of here, man. If he don't want to listen,
he'll probably be on the bench.
Listen,
David Griffin ain't giving B.I. up for a bag of peanuts because apparently that's what everybody's offering right now.
I mean,
so he gonna poison this.
That's that great.
He'll do it, Q.
Man, listen, man.
He'll do it. He'll trade C.J. McCullough before he trade B.I. if he can't get the right deal.
Listen, and then let me tell you something. It's going to be interesting to see the personality of the team as well, because we still got some laid back people on the team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying, and we know that's a pull. It's like a tug of war.
That's different.
Willie, we know he laid back as I don't know what.
It's all elevated and it's all elevated and escalated, man. It's not the same. It's not the same from last year. Everything is elevated. The pressure on the team to perform. They hit 40
together, though. You know what I'm saying?
Lex, I know we're not a perfect. No, it's no such thing as perfection. Only progress. There's no such thing.
You said that word.
I said I'm making a point. Is what I'm doing. I'm saying, listen. I'm saying as a team, everything is elevated about this team. The man's in the fourth year of his coaching job. There is nobody that's the onus of fulfilling is going to fall on except for him. It's already understood that he has to do a much better job as a coach.
Yeah,
he has to. He has a floor general.
DeJounte presser.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, listen, I get that, but I'm saying you got a floor general. He never had that before. Like a point guard that can run his system to a T. He has that. He has Zion, who's healthy and in the best shape of his professional basketball career. He has that. You got a Brandon Ingram who has a point to prove. I don't think BI poisons his food here. I think BI comes in and he becomes a professional. I don't think he poisons his food right here.
What if he just go out and get buckets and say the hell with everybody else and make himself look good?
Can I finish my point, sir? Can I finish before you interrupt me? I know that's a foreign concept, but I'm just saying, bro. I know it's a foreign concept, but please work with me here in America. All I'm saying is at the end of the day is that everything is escalated and elevated when it comes down to the Pelicans. 49 wins last year. They won't be on. We know that they've been a play-in team. That has to all change, and that falls on Willie. So being that as it may, all of this other stuff about him just staying the same, I can't buy that because all of the other circumstances around him has changed. He either performs, he either coaches, or he gets fired. That's the feeling on it. They know it. We said it prior to the articles being written about Willie Green being on the hot seat. Despite this secret extension, man, listen. When Trajan left, we know who the crosses was on. It wasn't on the octopus, and that's how he set it up.
Yeah,
it's on Willie.
He tried 3 times to leave every single season.
He finally got the hell out. But that's what I'm saying. The onus is on Willie Green to take this team to the next level as a coach. He got 49 wins last year as a head coach, and you guys saying that was off the talent of the team. So regardless or not, with that and everything that I just talked about, I think that the Pelicans can do it. They have a super talented team. We got a situation at the center position. I'm not really that enthused about Zion playing the 5, to be honest with you.
Wait, hold up. When is it confirmed that Zion's playing the 5? Last I heard,
everybody's saying that because everybody knows how Willie Green thinks.
Come back to America, DC, and just you hear what I'm saying, brother. Just
if you know how Willie Green thinks, you would understand.
As a big man, and
but you would understand that Junior Robinson Earl is going to be playing some 5 minutes if you understood how Willie Green thinks. Why are people thinking it's going to be Zion?
Well,
it's going to be Junior Robinson Earl. He's going to throw Herb out there.
Green had him playing at the 5.
What about the reports of Tice playing at the 15-20 minutes at the
Tice going to play. Everybody going to look. You going to come in? Are you 6'8"? Or you're over 6'8"? No, you can't play
with small ball.
You gotta wait till somebody get hurt if you over 6'8". You gotta wait. Everybody who plays center gonna be 6'8". He ain't gonna put nobody under 6'8".
I'm real. I'm not gonna sit and say he changes everything, but I'm saying in many respects that a lot of the things that he was comfortable and stubborn with doing last year, that shit ain't gonna. He coming up out of that comfort zone.
What the fuck?
He coming up out.
He's been stubborn for 3 years and he's still been stubborn. What are you talking
You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening. You're drinking. You're drinking. Your pineapple juice is spiked. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm telling you that in the 4th year with the pressures on, nobody behaves the same with the pressure on them and their jobs on the line. They coming up out of that comfort zone. You know that, and I know that. What you talking about? Even Dennis Allen is way more stubborn than Willie Green is, and he came up out of that comfort zone. We know.
Hold up. My man Pelicans Nola saying he said it was on the news that Zion will be playing at the 5.
He'll be playing some 5. He'll be playing some 5.
Oh, I gotta look this up.
Yeah, go ahead.
We had a report on this today. I missed.
GC, get on your Jamaican internet. Get on your Jamaican internet, brother. While I'm kind of talking about what I'm saying.
To say it, you cannot teach size. And
they got 7-footers, Lex.
Who got 7-footers?
The Pelicans got 7-footers.
We had a 7-footer last year that we didn't play.
Yeah,
we had 2 of them. What are you saying?
Well, I'm saying we got 7-footers. That's all I'm saying.
What are you saying? What's going on, Q?
You know exactly what he's saying.
I just said the obvious that we have 7-footers on the team.
His name is Larry Nance. How tall was he?
6'8". 6'7". You 6'8" with shoes on, so I'm still right.
Oh, right.
Did you look it up yet?
And DC? How long did he play, Larry Nance?
I'm looking,
Lex, man. Lex, you're talking about old school now, Lex. I'm living in the now.
Hey, you're as good as your last hit. That was just last season. You know what I'm saying?
Lex, I'm living in the now, baby. I ain't got time to be living back.
Okay, we don't know what the now is. The season has
the now is what we said it is. And right now, we are getting ready for the season.
Okay.
And we're gonna play.
I know we are. Shoot,
okay.
I'm still
but
like
I'm gonna remember
the
that.
recent thing that I heard from the coach was
These Willie Green naysayers. These Willie Green naysayers.
and the summer league.
DC
and I'm
need to
listening
charge.
to his
That's
interviews, and I'm like, dog, I don't think I like what you saying.
Mm-hmm.
And he believed we got to continue to play with force. Didn't he say that last season?
Yeah.
Just cracking herself up.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think nothing wrong with playing with force, Lex.
Well, we're gonna put it in DeJounte's hands and put it in Zion's hands. Put it in CJ's hands.
All right. Okay. So see,
I mean, it's basketball.
I done gave him the game.
You gotta pass the ball.
You don't know what to do.
I done gave him the game.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, you got a lot to do. We got a lot to do as a team. We're not there yet, but we look good though. I'm telling you, we got some talent here.
How many coaches were ahead of that dude?
All right.
We got a lot of talent, man.
All right, Lex.
I agree with you. Damn.
All right, so
man, you like a battered wife, man. I agree with you, and you still.
I'm not even talking to
Willie
you.
Green's
What you talking about? I'm talking to Lex.
I'm gonna see how Willie's talking on Media Day, which is a week from today. Okay, I want everybody to tune in. Okay, this is an advertisement. Tune in to Media Day a week from today.
We'll be here covering it.
You got to give me some sources, Pelicans, Nola. I ain't seeing nothing about them.
Man, use American. Hit the internet button. Hit the American button for internet.
I don't see nothing.
Yeah, that's gonna be a classic. Are we gonna do that live as they doing the thing?
Yes, we are. It's the September the 30th. I want to say it is. September the 30th. Isn't it September the 30th? Yeah, the 30th, I think.
Oh, this is gonna be classic.
So Zion is losing weight this year, and y'all guaranteeing that he's gonna play at the center spot. None of this shit don't make sense to me. You should have put him at center when he was 320. You should have put him at center when he was 320.
All we're saying is that this is reports that were leaked out that was saying.
Can you show me the report?
Even what your meaners can't see you.
I hear analysts like on ESPN and people saying that. I don't hear any like insiders saying Zion is gonna start at center or no shit like that. I heard Daniel Tice was gonna start at center. That's the most reason I heard.
You see, I want you to wait for that tweet from Adrian Wojnarowski. It'll be coming.
He's retired. Q. Can you fix somebody else? Find somebody else. You're wrong.
Damn, Shania.
All right, so we're gonna get ready to get out on that, man.
Yeah, that's right. Go home.
DC to take the show off the rails, so we're gonna get ready.
I can't believe that we stopping right here. I mean, we got to keep going because we got so much to talk
DC
about.
started playing his goddamn guitar and threw the whole damn scream off.
The Pelican season is about to start. It's about to start.
Wait, what season about to start?
And we got to get ready for this. There's so much to talk about. There's so much things that are still unclear.
We had a good show to DC.
Excuse me. I didn't hear you. What season is about to start?
The season of love with conviction. One love, man.
Go Pels. Go Pels, man.
Come on, Slim.
What you said? The season of the Pelicans? The Pelicans?
We're opening up the lines.
The
When are we
Pelicans?
opening up the lines for the fans to speak?
It'll become today. DC, what are you talking about, brother? DC done lost all of his. DC got the plan.
I asked if somebody asked about opening the lines up like they wanted to talk right now. God damn, bro.
Oh no, I know people have asked in the past, so I just wanted to put it out there to open up the lines for the family.
You don't understand how questions work.
DC done popped it in and threw all the damn show off the rails, started playing his guitar and everything, and tore up everything. We had a good dialogue.
Y'all can go back and listen to the last 40 to 60 minutes I've been on here. Ain't no goddamn guitar.
You better play that stuff.
You look hungry.
Don't look like authentic retro.
You whistling too? Oh shit!
You better get these YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Man, we should follow him for the One Love movie, man. Could have did some of the singing scenes.
That's the same guitar DC got,
Dude, that is not a guitar. That is some type of contraption or invention that man made.
Oh my goodness.
He started whistling and shit. That boy got he got instruments on his feet, on the bottom of his pinky.
DC tapping his man.
That can't be. I could never do that shit.
That's the same guitar DC got.
Slim Saucy got spoons on his toes.
That's the same guitar.
I felt that in my spirit.
Man, what is that? What he got, like a buffalo bone or something right there that he hitting the thing with?
I don't know. You tell me where you got that shit from, bro.
That is spoons.
I would love to hear the remix.
You gonna put Lex on the remix. Put do that. Put Lex on the remix.
Oh man, that's pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
Yeah,
right. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. Since DC took the show off the rails, I had to show you one of his performances there. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Shout out to DC.
You can't get an encore.
You got.
I'm gonna go pay for the copyright stuff so I can play one of your performances. I don't want to get no strikes on YouTube. You was out there making big money on that damn piano.
You got to play that. Play your song. We just ordinary.
Can you play one of your songs? No, something happened. We had a malfunction going on. What was wrong? YouTube is tripping.
Wave your hands in the air like you just don't care.
YouTube is tripping. Goddamn, I asked for one of your songs. I asked for this shit again.
DC sabotaged.
Everybody light your camera.
Yeah, I'm a good sport and all, but goddamn, bro. Your turn, my turn, fool.
All right, we go.
You're listening to the Pelicans post-game report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.